screen, and right away, as soon as you enter, there's a guy waiting with something, or something will come flying at you as soon as you enter, giving you no time to react. It's really tricky. Luckily, I think I was able to step forward. I might have dodged it. If not, I'm missing it. Big deal. As I just made Drake cry for his mom. That was where we fought Moose, and now we're back here in the park at Dixville, as these two idiots come throwing chains at me. I'm gonna pick one up because the chain makes this upcoming boss fight that much easier. As Clark screams for his mama. The chain has the longest reach in the game, and since it has a decent attack strength, it's often used by speedrunners to make the game go quicker. Well, not just speedrunners, pretty much anyone in general. Come on. There is the path I mentioned. It looks like a building just standing here, but that's actually a side road. I thought the same thing too when I played this game after not playing it for years. I completely forgot about it, and when I was reading my guide to make sure I was doing it right, it's like, there's a path there? Who knew? So I went back and there it was. Now I'm just gonna clobber the rest of these guys as Stick asks if it's fun yet. Pick up my chain again, come after this four-eyed idiot, Tyler, and do him in. So now we can take the path and we find Sherman Park, where Blade is waiting. His name is Blade, and he's a zombie. I guess that means he's gonna eat my brain if I'm not careful. Or eat me. So I'm just gonna keep my distance. Ow, as he got a jump kick off here. Screw it. Whack him with the chain, punch him in the jaw, pick the chain up again. Take that, take that, jerk. Come on. Okay, block, bang. Block, hit. Whack him with the chain, and he's done. If I want Slick, I gotta go through Thor first. That's one zombie down. So now I gotta backtrack all the way back to that building where we fought Rocco, and proceed on. Thankfully, Rocco, we don't have to fight him again, so we can just walk right by. You can actually do that from the start. If you're quick enough, you can slip by him before his door closes. It's pretty funny. He comes out to fight you, and you're like, hi, bye, and zip right by. Now back in Dixville. Come on. Let these idiots come by just like before. Jump down and wail on them with my chain. Then we get back up on the building. Wall, I'm sorry. And clobber the next guy. That was Skip. I told you before, this game is fun already. And Trip here shouts for his mama. Now with them out of the way, Moose will spawn again. The bosses continually spawn, but you only have to fight them once. Unless, of course, you'd like some money. Or just feel like having fun. Now this idiot here, I'm just gonna wail on him to death with my chain and get him out of the way. Yes, I did it again. Pick up the money he drops, which I really don't need, but hey, I just wanted to beat him with a chain. So now I'm gonna run through the Water Park Mall. The mall areas have no enemies on the screens, they never will. They're a nice safe area if you need to come take a rest or buy food or whatever. Now the homeboys here, I'm gonna clobber them with my chain, death from above. Do it again here. Let's get rid of the chain. I have to beat, be more fun. Dragon Feet time. Such a fun skill. Down to one guy now. I think that's the last guy. There might be one more. That was Ernie again. Ernie the 4th or 5th. Steve the however many, lost track. And now we have Bobby the, I don't know. With him gone though, we can proceed onward. Now we have the jocks again here in downtown. Jump over that guy. Nick and Jake. Now we have, let's see, Dragon Feet, Brad and Matt. Brad calls for Mama, Matt asks the same question. Now Kurt calls for his Mama, jump over him, kick, punch, kick, hit with brass knuckles, punch, he's down, that was Mike. Jump, punch, rapid kick, Lance is down, and we can head to the next screen. Now we're in the area of the warehouse, where once again I missed the name of these idiots. Who was the mom? Not sure. Anyway, gonna proceed with some death from above, which is also the name of a really weak bee boss, hornet boss in Final Fantasy XI. It's an optional thing you can fight to get yourself a decent dagger, called the Hornet Needle, which is actually really nice. But it's really tricky to get, as you have to get the item to pop the guy, to spawn the guy, from the bees that are outside in the front of the Temple of Ugalapeth. Trying to say that 5 times fast. And that is not the most friendly of drops. It could take a very long time to get a drop if you don't have Thief or anyone with treasure hunter ability helping you. Now that I threw out that bit of useless trivia, we're back into the building, and we get to fight the two useless idiots again. Once again, we have to make Rocco spawn to get the door to open. As this time it's a generic dudes who have tires, and they go down to Evie's to ball with Terry and Perry, who both shout Barb. Oh, that's right, I can just go right through the door. Okay, so we don't even have to wait, we can just go, which is nice. And now we're outside, where we fight the homeboys again. I'm just gonna ignore them, and head over to the Armstrong Thruway. Now, in this area, there is a hidden shop that has some very nice, very expensive items. It's about 3/4 of the way down, it's hidden in the blackness of the top area, and, like I said, it's very expensive. I'm not going to be visiting it because I don't need anything from there, and I have other plans for this money. But by all means, if you have an excess amount of money and want to buy some really cool stuff, head in there. If you look at the screen, you see the lights in the back of the screen. You want to walk up at about the 4th light. The 4th light from the left. So on the left, underneath his name, got 4 lights over. That's where you want to go. Now we get to fight these guys again. Gonna clobber them. Sid calling for Biff. I guess we all like to have Biff from Back to the Future show up. And we're past the Armstrong Thruway. But now I'm gonna head back here real quick once to make sure the boss up ahead will spawn for us. I have had it before when I was playing through this, that this boss, for whatever reason, didn't spawn. The game glitched on me, and the boss we're gonna be fighting here didn't spawn, and I couldn't get to another boss that was needed to have another boss spawn in front of the door to River City High that would allow me to get in there. So, I actually had to go back and make sure I defeated all these guys. This is the second of the zombies. And you have to take all 3 of them out. This was Turk. Yeah, the rumor's true. I am one bad dude. And when all 3 of them come out, Thor, their leader, will come out. And you need to take out Thor, of course, to get the guy that's guarding the door to River City High to spawn. If you don't beat Thor, that guy won't appear and you can't get into the building. You'll have to go all the way back and find who you missed. Now this is Mojo. He's the 3rd of the zombies. He's not Mojo Jojo, he's just Mojo. And I'm gonna clobber him the same way I did all the others. These guys are all pretty strong, so if you don't keep them down like this, they will get up and put a hurt in them. But I'm not gonna give them that chance, I'm just gonna keep Chun-Li to death. Unfortunately, I can't do the little Hadouken that she learns in the Street Fighter Alpha series. She may have had it in Turbo, but I don't remember. Once he's down, he says, look for Thor in the factory up ahead. So now I'm going to use his last Karma Jolt. I'll pick up some more in an upcoming wall area, and head onward. Out of the menu. Come on, there we go. Now here we are at the 3rd mall area, Flatirons Mall. I'm gonna head into Happy Feet Shoes and buy my first accessory, a pair of shoes. The Texas Boots, the best weapon in the game. They turn your feet into lethal weapons. They completely max out your kicking and speed, making you much faster and making the dragon kick ability much, much more deadly. It is now a lot stronger than a trash can, and I pretty much don't need any other big weapon in the game, as you just saw they just put up my agility and kick by 48. So they are completely maxed out, and as you can tell, I'm even walking faster. I'm walking about as fast as I would run before. Now here we have the Squids, as you just saw me run and saw them as much faster, as I ran over to the yellow construction banner thingies, barricades, to do some death from above. These guys are pretty strong, and they are much faster. That was Linus, who's shouting bar. And I'm still trying to figure out what the heck name for a gang the Squids is. Who names their gang Squids? But Felix down, we now have this new guy here. I'm gonna punch him in the jaw. Pick up and throw. That was Bernie. Interesting way to spell it. And now we have the vacant 3rd wheel factory. There's no one out front. Okay, it's vacant. It lives up to his name. We're gonna head in here and get hit a little bit by the Squids, as they got some cheap shots in with the chain. Like I said before, the chain has the longest reach, so if the enemy has one, they can get a few cheap hits on you before you're able to get in there and clobber them, unless you have a chain or something to throw at them. Now here's this gap that usually means you can't go back, but if you come in here with a trash can, you can do a little jump glitch thing that will allow you to get back across. You don't need to go back across, so going back is just for fun. Gonna take those 2 out and head into that area above, which of course causes 2 other Squids to appear, as I just took out Irwin, and now I'm gonna go clobber whoever this is. Howie. That felt good. Take that. Let someone win the million on Deal or No Deal already, you bald bum. Of course, that wasn't Howie Mandel, but hey. Felt fun to pound some guy named Howie. There was a Morty, and there I just picked that guy out and ran right into the wall at full speed, hurting both of us. Hey, I found Waldo. And made him yell barf. It is very possible and very easy to run into the edge of the screen, as some screens you exit from the top instead of the right. So if you keep going, and you have to exit from the top, or there's a boss or something, you'll just run right into the wall and take damage. Now here we have Thor, the head of the zombies. I took out the 3 before him, so he spawns. Ivan, that was the guy's name. Ivan guards the door to River City High. Now that Thor is done, Ivan will appear, and we can get into River City High. If you don't beat Thor, as I said before, Ivan will not appear, and you won't be able to get